Good morning. My name is Monica Kinner and I'm going to show you a really quick tutorial on how I make Dresden plates. This is a Dresden plate. It's made of fabric folding and it's a really easy thing to do with smaller pieces of fabrics. It's used with a template. So here's all the petals and you applique a circle on the end, in the middle. So this is my sample, but I'm going to show you the ones I'm working on, which are all made with blue and yellow fabrics. And I'm making these as gifts for my Ukrainian friends right now who live near me. So I'm doing yellow on one side, blue on the other. Aren't they pretty? They're so pretty. And they're very fun to make. They're a little bit technical and math oriented, which is fun. So I went and bought a template. A Dresden template. So it's based on a circle, which is of course 360 degrees. So depending on the number of petals you want, you can get 12 petaled. I like the 8 petals. So you would, basically it's 360 divided by 8, which would give you the 45-degree angle. So that's what this grid is. And if you look here, it says 45-degree kaleidoscope and Dresden plate. So this is the template that I'm using. This is how I made the ones that I'm doing. There's lots of ways to do it because of course you have this entire length. So the petals themselves can be super long, which would give you a huge round flower. But if you look, right, mine are much smaller. So this is the length I'm using for mine. So what I do is I've taken a 4-inch ruler and cut a whole bunch of 4-inch strips of fabric. So that's how I started. I have a whole bunch of blue strips and a whole bunch of yellow strips. And once you have those, you line up your grid. And I've marked it with tape because I mess up way too easy. So I've put a 4-inch piece here. So from 1 inch to 5 is my 4-inch marking. And so then I can line it up on my fabric from there to there, and you'll follow and you'll go like that, and then you'll turn to mark it. I'm not going to cut this fabric right now because I've done a whole bunch and I'm kind of done, but I'll cut there and then I'll cut there, and then you'll turn it around again, and you just keep going. You don't want to waste any fabric. And you go and go and go until you have a whole bunch of these pieces cut. Once you're done, what you're going to do with those pieces is you're going to fold them face to face like this. Okay, so you're going to fold them face together and you're going to stitch the long side, making a 1/4-inch seam just like when you're piecing. And you're going to stitch from end to end. I like to back tack just to make sure it doesn't come apart. And so when I do them, if you can see here, I just chain piece. I just go and go and go. So I put all of this through my machine. So again, I back tack and I put it through, and then I fold the next one and I just keep going. Oh, I guess, you know what? It would have been this way, right? My 1/4-inch. And then I feed another one through and I go 1/4-inch, back tacking, put another one through. So folded end first. It's just a little easier to be sure. And I'll give it a little bit of a press before I put it through. And I just keep going. Once you're done that, what you're going to do is cut them all apart, right? So here they are cut apart. I guess I only have my little scissors handy. Then the next step, what you're going to do is the folded corner, you're going to clip them just to make so the points can be a little bit less bulky. So you're going to clip the folded edge of the fabric point in the seam there. So from the thread, from the stitched line to the edge of the fabric. And then you're going to hold your folded fabrics over your finger like this, and you're going to split the seam manually, and you're just going to press it like that. You need to do this with all of them, and then you're going to flip it like that. Just poke it a bit with your finger. This is why we back tack it, so that doesn't come apart. And you're going to press it, and then you're going to sort of follow the seam that you've pressed just with your finger and make sure it's central. And you're going to press it like that. And all of those, there's your petal. All of those you're going to iron. You do need to press them. Here's some yellow ones that are finished. See how they sit nice like that? So you make sure that seam is opened first and then flip it with your finger. And so there's my finished petals. They look like, my teenager thinks they look like little hoodies. In Saskatchewan, we call them bunny hugs. So there they are all finished. Now you can mix and match. You can do it however you want. The way you're going to put them through your machine then, you leave your 1/4 inch foot on, is you're going to put them face to face. I like to line up the points. Make sure the edges are nice and lined up. And you're going to feed them through your machine. Again, I like to back tack, so I'll stitch this way. And that's it. And you just do another one face to face. And for mine, I did all the yellows together face to face until I had 8. And you just keep going until you have 8. So once, you can open them up. You can go one at a time. So then you'll open it. You'll put another yellow one on. Face to face, stitch. Open it. Add another yellow one on. Face to face. Line it up really nice. Stitch down that side, open it, right? So you keep going. When you're done, 8 all around, you will end up with this. Ta-da! So there's a finished one, a finished side. And then what you need to do, of course, it'll be all, puffy. You need to take it to your ironing surface and you're going to press. This time you're not going to split the seams. You're going to press the seams over. You're just going to go around and around with your iron and press all the way around until you get a nice flat surface, flat flower. So there's that. And then what you're going to do is you're just going to sit and do an assembly line. Basically, there's a lot of sewing. Once that's done, you're going to take your blue and your yellow and put them face to face. So that's what I did here. Put the points sticking out alternatively, and I think that's how you get that look. And so you can choose different ways to do it. The stitching you do at this point can be all different. So this one I had actually done a little pinning, and I took the yellow stitching and I went this way, right, all the way around. This one here was a little different. I actually just did the edge and stitched this way. So you can experiment and see how you want to stitch, which one you like better. I don't know which I like better. I like both, so I just kept going. And then when you're done all of your Dresdens, look how many I've done, you can mix and match. Like some I did a little more scrappy, some were a little more on purpose. Like, let's see which one. That's definitely more scrappy. This one's a little more alternating, right? Solids and patterned. Same with this one. These are all batiks, multicolored. So what I'm going to do with the centers then is make a circle and then applique it on, probably with some fusible. Now this is small. For these to look more like sunflowers, I'm definitely going to pick a larger circle. And I don't know what I'm going to use yet for my template. That I'll be working on today. Probably going to use a big roll of tape. You can just pick any circle you have at home. That's probably still too small. Might pick something a little larger. I'm looking around my room right now. This might be a better size, right? Because I think I just want smaller things sticking out. So if I use this as my template, I think this will be a really nice hot plate to be used as a gift. People could put their teapot on it, or even just a large mug, and then you still have all these pretty petals sticking out, which will be really lovely on a side table. So that's how you make a Dresden plate. So I would suggest, in the past I've tried to make my own templates, but they really have to be quite perfect angles. So go ahead to your favorite quilt shop locally and support them and go buy a template. Pretty much they all have Dresden. rulers, so in different widths for different amounts of petals that you'd like to do. Anyways, there you go. You can find me on Instagram at Monica_Kinner, or mysweetprairie.ca is my website. My Sweet Prairie Studio is my Facebook page. Thanks for looking. See you later. Bye.